Hello, John Kay. How are you?
Hi, Callista. How are you?
Okay, I like to start every interview with asking you to please name 5 random things about yourself.
I love my dog more than most people. My favorite meal is my wife's makes spaghetti and meatballs. I'm married. I love the most calming thing. I think a good balance maker for me, decompresses me, is a really tough workout, going to the gym, and I think that gives me a little bit of clarity when I come back in. I not so secretly love the Beatles.
We're very opposite on the workout standpoint, but
It's like a newer thing that I've been able to, I don't know, being in this room so often and being in this chair specifically and trying to come up with concepts and writing, and I need to get out and move and do something that gets my blood going, that kind of balances the sitting and write and all the mental work. I think I just need something physical to kind of match the mental, if that makes sense.
you seem to have gotten out because when I look at your music video, they're all kind of outside.
Yeah, I mean they're we did one of them on the street right here. I did one on the roof of this house. Yeah, we did the quarantine video for 6 months. We did on the roof.
Well, I also love that all of your songs are kind of vibey, like you're happily in love.
Yes.
You know, a lot of songs are ballady, or even when they're happy in love, they sound kind of sad, but I like that they're happy. So is it safe to say that you've got one particular inspiration?
I would think it's very safe to say that. Yeah. And then that's where Love and Everything Else came from, because at one point we were looking at a little body of work and I was like, I'm looking at 8 love songs here. We should just call it Love. And that was right before we wrote Cheap Sunglasses. And then Happiness was a song we were really passionate about pushing to the finish line, just because of what 2020 was looking like. And so it started to feel we mainly explore love, but it's also gonna kind of touch on a little bit of everything else. It found identity. The more of these songs that we finished, the more that Love and Everything Else stuck. And it just stuck around, and we were kind of I was Love and Everything Else for now, and then if we find something better, we'll change it. And I guess we just never found something better. It just felt right. But they're all written about, you guessed it, my dog. And no, I'm just kidding. My wife, and and my dog for some of them. But I'm a very, very lucky guy.
So why do you refer to Love and Everything Else as a project instead of an album?
It's a great question. That's actually the first time I've gotten that. I look at albums as the ultimate experience, and something that has a true identity through and through, that has transitional tracks, that has interludes, I think of this album. I think of the Beatles, and I think just how every aspect of it was completely thought through. Trust me, we put a ton of time into the exact playlist, the exact order of Love and Everything Else. But the way that the songs were written was not originally and necessarily intended to live on the same body of work. They were some of them were singles, and I really wanted to release a project, and I loved all of those songs. That was when we were really trying to hone in on a sound and a style, and we were writing just all the time, and those were songs that I fell in love with. Right as we were putting that together, I turned my focus into album mode, and the next project is what I'm going to consider personally the debut album, because it's one that we were thinking about everything, and I want it to be a complete experience from top to bottom, with a lot of cool, intricate things throughout that bring it all together. So that's why I wanted to commit to calling it not a mixtape, but not the debut album.
So that means we can expect another album in 2021?
I think you can.
Okay, exciting.
It has been non-stop creation mode over here, just and trying to innovate, and again, these guys know how to push me and challenge me and get great stuff out of me, and I trust them. I trust the process. I'm starting to see now that it does take writing thousands of songs to find the ones that you truly fall in love with, and we're committed to the work. I think it's going to lead to some really cool stuff.
Speaking of a cool song, how did Parachute come about? Because I love that song.
Para was just a good day. It was just a good day. I think about it often. I start to think about my sessions as just had a good day. We offered up the subconscious, and some interesting things came out. But it's getting great people together and being creative. I was with a lot of my buddies, and it was before the lockdown, so we were physically in the same space, which I miss so much. And we were just trying different things, and I remember we were just kind of being stupid. And then it was almost a totally different lyric, but I remember when we found That's the Consequence of Loving You, I Would Fall Without a Parachute, and we were we got something. We were like, boom, like we got something. Now we have our concept. Now let's dive into the verses. But a lot of it was already laid out and we just had a great time. Like we laughed a lot. I think that is the most important thing to getting a good song that feels that good is to enjoy the people that you're around. Trust is so important, and comfortability, because when you're comfortable with somebody enough to throw out a bunch of bad lyrics, because all the bad lyrics lead to the good ones. And so if you're too precious about it and you're afraid to say something stupid or sing something dumb, then you may not get to the greatness that's under them. That was just a good day.
And thank you so much for talking to me.
Oh, thank you. It was a great interview. Felt like we were just hanging out.
Hopefully see you in Malaysia sometime this year.
Let's do it. I sincerely hope that things clear up, because I would love to come over there.
All right, thank you so much. Bye. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.